Hello viewers and welcome to your #1 political channel here on YouTube. It is at Herman Manyora's here at YouTube. My name is Simon Irungu, joined by the founder of the channel, Mr. Herman Manyora. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good.
You're good? Yes. It is February, it is the month of love, but not so much love in politics. Is there love in politics?
There is love, there's love.
There's
That's
love
how
in
they
politics.
express their love.
How is there love? And we can see
that
right
is how
now
love is expressed in politics.
Dispute between Uhuru and Ruto, and they were thought to be lovers
That
in
is
politics.
love, that is love.
That's how it is expressed.
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's move on to the question for today. Okay, so the question for today is history bound to repeat itself, whereby I'm taking the scenario of 2002, where Uhuru got to have the state support and he lost the election. The same scenario with 2013, where Mudavadi was thought to be the guy with the state support, and the unfortunate happened. Is history bound to happen the same way right now, with Raila having the state support, they're conceding to William Ruto?
You know, the two are extremely different.
Okay.
Uhuru was plucked from nowhere,
okay,
and brought to the political scene to succeed President Moi. You can't say that of Raila. Raila is an established politician.
Okay.
So you cannot call Raila a project. Support from Uhuru doesn't turn Raila into a project.
Okay.
Uhuru was referred to as a project because he came against all odds. He was forced down to Kanu. There were already established names: Kalonzo Musyoka, George Saitoti, Musalia Mudavadi, Raila Odinga within Kanu. And from nowhere, Moi brought Uhuru Kenyatta, a non-political figure. So it was felt this was an imposition. You cannot say that is happening today. What we have now is a Uhuru support for Raila.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what can you say about the same thing in 2013? Because Musalia Mudavadi was an established figure.
No, there were some people within government circles, you can even say within system, who felt Akikuyu should not succeed Kibaki. They looked at Raila. They were the business community from among the Kikuyus, Kina Joe Wanjui, SK Mashare. They thought Raila was the right person to succeed Kibaki. Because the thinking then was not a Kikuyu that time. It was not in the interest of the Kikuyus to succeed themselves. Like it has happened in other countries. People have come to the conclusion in Ghana and everywhere that in some other places, don't over-dominate. In the long run, it will be bad for the community.
Okay.
You create space for others. So there were those who supported Raila, but these were few, the business class. I've said like SK Macharia, Wanjui, Charles Njonjo. Okay. Yeah, there was yet another team, I think led by people like Joe Wanjohi. There was somebody called Wanjohi, I think, yeah, Professor Wanjohi. The name is Wanjohi, yeah. And others who felt Mudavadi was the right person. But the core of the system were for Uhuru Kenyatta.
Okay.
So Kibaki and the entire system facilitated Uhuru Kenyatta. And that's why, against all thinking, Uhuru was given prominence in the coalition government instead of Mother Karua. Mother Karua was the only man standing in at KICC when there was a dispute. Everybody expected. She had the qualifications, she had everything. She was a woman, gender. We expected of the two deputy prime ministers, Raila will supply one who would either be William Ruto or Musalia Mudavadi. And Uhuru had only, Kibaki had only one name.
Yeah.
That was Mother Karua. It was not in dispute. So they gave it to Uhuru. That would indicate to you from way back, Uhuru was the preferred successor to Kibaki.
Now, who do you feel was the better candidate between the two prime ministers?
Between who and who?
The two deputy prime ministers.
Between
Musalia Mudavadi and Uhuru.
You know, they're coming from different places.
Okay.
William Ruto was coming from the side of Raila. Okay. So it was either William Ruto for Raila's side or Musalia Mudavadi.
No, I'm saying in 2013.
Yes.
During 2013.
No, 2013, yes.
2013,
yes.
We are having two deputy prime ministers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Who do you feel was the right guy for the job, for the presidential job?
I think even history has proved really, you either had to give it to Raila as a national way of looking at things, but if you had to look at the deputy prime between Uhuru and Musalia, I think Musalia had, if you are looking at national profile, experience in politics. Musalia had what it takes a lot more than Uhuru Kenyatta.
Okay.
But if you are looking at strict politics, then you find there's so much going for Uhuru.
We see Musalia Mudavadi being given privileges, like when there was a meeting, I can't remember quite well what the meeting was about, but we see the deputy president by then, Kalonzo Musyoka, was not in the country. The prime minister himself was not in the country. Now we had Musalia Mudavadi to introduce the president to the people. I don't know if you can remember the scenario.
I may not recall it, but there were instances such as those. And going by way of hierarchy, if the prime minister wasn't there, certainly it will be one of the deputy prime
one
ministers.
Of the two. Now we see Musalia Mudavadi be that guy.
Yes.
But with all odds, with everything that he has, all the privileges, he's still not able to scoop the position.
You see, for Mudavadi, it goes way back to 2002.
Okay.
Mudavadi has always been the blue-eyed boy.
Okay.
He's always been a favorite.
Okay.
In the eyes of many people, Mudavadi appears to be a man cut for State House. What he has not done, however, is to actualize that, is to do the goodwill, the good name, turn it into an asset. So from way back 2003, 2013 was just one of those other times.
Now you're saying that he has been the guy, he has
Yes.
been the best candidate, he has everyone is watching him.
Yes.
Now how is Raila now being different from Musalia Mudavadi?
No, Raila he goes for it himself. Raila and Ruto are the same. There are people who have fought for it. They have cleared the path for themselves.
Okay.
And they go for the prize. In politics, there are people like Raila and Ruto on one side. There are people like Kibaki, Moi, and Mudavadi on the other side. There are people who somehow are a given, or circumstances just landed them the job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now is it fair when Raila has a higher platform than other candidates receiving state support? Is it fair for other candidates?
You see, this is politics, and I've always told people there's nothing like fairness in politics.
Okay.
No, which fairness? There's no fairness in politics.
Politics, it's an unfair game.
Yeah, politics is a game. It's a game. You don't call it fair or not fair. It's just a game
Okay.
of interests. So if it is in the interest of Uhuru Kenyatta to support Raila, you wouldn't ask Uhuru why. It is in his interest.
Now we're seeing Jubilee going to join Azimio la Umoja, and we see Jubilee being a joint project between Uhuru and his deputy Ruto. Is it fair for the deputy?
Jubilee was never a joint venture. Jubilee was a Uhuru thing.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
We see...
You know, Jubilee is KANU, and Jubilee is TNA. TNA was from KANU, then Jubilee. The TNA was a Uhuru thing, a system thing, and then Jubilee. It's Uhuru. William Ruto was invited as a junior partner.
Okay.
A very junior partner.
During the previous week, we see Uhuru and William Ruto exchanging words indirectly, and we hear William Ruto saying that Jubilee was a joint project between the two of them.
It's wrong. It wasn't a joint venture. You know, we live in this country. You cannot come to ODM and say it's a joint venture between you and Raila. You are wasting your time. This is a Raila thing. Some people try to think they can co-own Wiper. This is a Kalonzo thing. ODM is Raila. Wiper is Kalonzo. Jubilee is Uhuru Kenyatta. And even if you look at the Jubilee Constitution itself, where was Ruto when that Jubilee Constitution was being crafted? And all the power is resting with the party leader. Everything. Just a bit of it ceded to the Secretary General, who is a Uhuru appointee. So he had no, and when they began to shake a bit in Jubilee, you saw people like Caleb Costan realized they were just paper tigers. They were nothing within Jubilee.
Okay.
Ruto had no say within Jubilee because Jubilee belonged to Uhuru Kenyatta. Yeah.
Okay. Now we have people going out saying that Uhuru is using state infrastructure to campaign for the Azimio. Is it right for the president to use state infrastructure? Like the other day, he hosted a group of young men at State House, of young people at State House. Is it right?
You know, there's a thin line that is always very difficult to pinpoint.
Okay.
And when it is crossed or not. Let me use American example. People have always argued in America. When the president is seeking re-election after 4 years, he's going for a second term. Should he have access to state resources? But you can't depart American president can't leave Air Force One. You'll still use it. Those ugly looking helicopters, the powerful ones, the beast. Those are state resources. He will still meet people in the White House and elsewhere. So, if Uhuru decides is supporting Raila, it will be very difficult for him to stop being president.
Okay.
If he's going for a function that we clearly know, it may look like a state function, but we clearly know it is meant to support Raila. Do you want him to walk there or use his personal vehicle and discard security? He will still be the president with all the trappings, with all the state resources. That's how it is.
With 170 something days to the general election, we see now the president getting into politics more and more.
Yeah.
And he still has maybe like 5 months to run the country.
Yes.
Is it something good? Should he get deep into politics?
The president is the president of the Republic of Kenya.
Okay.
Up to and until another president is sworn in.
Now, how easy is it for him? How easy is it for him to balance between politics and running the country?
But he has always been. This is a political state,
Okay.
and you must be a politician to run Kenya, and the president has been a politician running the country. So there's nothing that has changed. He's a politician who has been running the country from 2013.
Okay.
He's heading towards his exit in August, September this year. In the meantime, it's business as usual. He's still a politician running the country.
Okay, the reason why I'm asking this question is that we see the president bashing out, talking to the DP, saying that they are out there. You know, the name Tanga Tanga came out when the president said that they are going out there, they are Tanga Tangering, and they are not doing their work. Okay, now we see the president now going towards that direction, the campaigning direction.
The president has said now he can enter the field.
Okay.
And put on a uniform.
Okay.
And avaa jozi nambari sita. Because it's time for politics. What he's saying, Ruto started way too early. So instead of helping run government, he was politicking, tangering. But of course, we all know that's politics. Yeah.
Okay. Now, a closing statement. How is it going to be different this year from the other years where a candidate receiving state support might actually win the election?
I have said this. Raila cannot be a project.
Okay.
He has proved himself. He has acquitted himself, as they put it. He has shown winning the presidency is not anything outside his reach. There are people who feel he has won this election once, others feel twice, others feel even 3 times. Okay?
Okay.
So this kind of person cannot be tagged a project.
Okay.
However, if you receive support from the head of state, from the President of the Republic of Kenya, that is serious.
Okay.
It will bring some benefit with it. And I only advise those who say that Uhuru will not help Raila. I only advise them to adjust, calibrate their thinking a bit. Because the powers of the president are enormous. I've always told people, the head of the military is a very powerful man, Chief of General Staff, CGS. But when he's talking to Uhuru, he says, yes, sir. The head of intelligence is a very powerful man, knows all the secrets in this country. But when he's responding to Uhuru and saying, yes, sir. Head of the money at the central bank, they all say, sir. Police, everybody says, sir. Such a man is very powerful.
Okay.
He's extremely powerful with all the resources at his disposal. If he brings all this on your side, it cannot make you president if you could not be president. It cannot turn Mukisa Kitu into a president, or Musalia Mudavadi into a president, or Manyora into a president. But if there's somebody who is even on his own capable of winning, and then on top of that he gets this other support, game shot.
Okay. Well, that has been the word from Professor Herman Manyora.
And as we wind up, we remind our viewers,
okay,
we are happy they are bringing videos, continue sending them. We air them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we have another platform, those who want to write opinion, those who want videos. If you want to write political opinion on the current situation in the country, the place to go is nairobireview.africa. Look at the website, look at the stories, look at the opinion pieces, and send yours using Nairobi Review Limited at gmail.com. Send opinion articles to be published on nairobireview.africa, which is our website, using the email Nairobi Review Limited at gmail.com.
And not just political articles. If you feel that you have business ideas, business article that you can come up with, please just go ahead and share. We are going to include you into the Nairobi Review, and we are going to post your article. Well, that has been the professor. With just 6 months to the general election, is history bound to repeat itself? I don't know. That was the professor's word. And if you feel if you feel you have another opinion, please go ahead and drop the comment down below. Thank you.